The Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire has a rich history dating back to the beginning of the 14th century. But for the purpose of this presentation, we're going to start our discussion 600 years later, in the year 1900. The Ottoman Empire, which in its prime spread throughout parts of Europe, the Middle East, and Northern Africa, was declining. By the 20th century, the empire's size was a fraction of what it once was, confined to the Mediterranean region of the Middle East and the west coast of the Arabian Peninsula. It's important to take a second to examine the first map. It doesn't matter if we're talking about 1880 or 1920. If you look closely, you will see the territory of Palestine. But nowhere on this map do you see the country or territory of Israel. At this point in history, it does not exist. Decades of fighting had left the Ottoman Empire weak. But with World War I approaching, the Ottoman Empire was still a valuable ally. Due to its hatred of Russia, the Ottomans sided with Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Bulgaria, known as the Central Powers, as they fought to protect their empires from Russia, Britain, France, Italy, and the United States, known as the Allied Powers. During the first 2 years of the war, the Ottoman Empire had the upper hand in the Middle East. However, by 1916, many Middle Eastern nations began to realize that their time to fight for independence was now. In return for their help in the Middle East, the British promised Arabs independence and the opportunity to create one unified Arab nation. With the help of Britain and France, the Arab Revolt began. 2 years later, the revolt, along with World War I, ended. After losing the war, the territories of the Ottoman Empire were divided up between France and Britain. France received Syria and Lebanon, while Britain received Iraq, called Mesopotamia, and Palestine. Arabs waited for their lands to be handed over, but Britain's promise went unfulfilled. By 1920, all that remained of the Ottoman Empire was a piece of land that would become the nation of Turkey. The British divided Palestine into two parts along the Jordan River. Palestine, on the Jordan's west bank, was to remain under direct British rule, and to the east, the state of Transjordan would be established and controlled by the Arabs. Over time, the Arab nations of Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and Jordan would all gain complete independence, but Palestine was lost to the Balfour Declaration.